Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Om Namah Shivaya.
Shanno Vishnu Kama Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ratam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadbhaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Bhaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Nischandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupaha Chandro Vyodhanataat Sambhabhuvat Samendro Bhaya Astunotu Amritasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Nuthamottama Karna Abhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medhaya Pikitaha Shrutam Me Gopaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Aham Vrikshasya Deva Kirtit Vrishtam Vireva Bodha Pavitro Vajajiva Srutamasmi Dravinam Savarchasam Smedha Amrito Kshitaha Iditrishanko Viram Vachanam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sakana Vavatu Sakana Bhunatu Sakavirjum Karavavare Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavare. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Pratasmaram Hridisam Spuradatmatattvam Satchit Sukham Paramaham Sagatim Turiyam Yasvapna Jagara Sushuptam Avaiti Nityam Tadbrahma Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha Vishwam Darpana Drishyamānagari Tunyam Vijantadgatam Pasyanatmani Maya Vakrivodbhukam Yatanidaya Yasakshat Krute Prabodha Samaye Swatmananevadvayam Tasmai Sri Guru Murte Namedam Sri Dakshinamurte Vidasyam Charivam Kuru Yagadidam Pranirvikalpam Puna Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitya Chitti Krudam Maya Viva Vijrumbhayatya Mahayogi Vyasvechaya Tasmai Shri Guru Murte Namedam Sri Dakshinamurte Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Yogat Vyapta Devaya Dakshinamurte Namaha. Om. Written by Bhagwān Ramanā. We have a book called Upadesa Sārā. Sāra, essence. Upadesa means the volume. Upadesa means teaching. Upadesa Sārā, Upadesa Sārā. So this Upadesa Sārā, originally it was written in Tamil. Then later it was written by Ramanā on the request of many people in Telugu, in Malayalam, and also in Sanskrit, in simple Sanskrit. It begins with, as all Vedanta Shastra begins, pointing out the limitations of what we call karma. The whole Veda can be divided into karma and jnana. The karma kanda, it is called karma kanda. Kanda means section. So the section, the part that deals with karma, various Vedika karma. And that portion, we call it as karma kanda of the Veda. The other portion, jnana kanda. When I say this is a flower, it is jnana. Knowledge is always to know what is. It is knowing what is jnana. Karma is different. In knowledge, you have no choice. In karma, you have choice. For instance, now this is a flower. What choice you have? You have no choice. And this is a coronation. What choice you have? No choice. It is white. You have no choice. So that it is a white coronation flower is knowledge. Suppose I ask you, one of you please get up and take this flower. None of you got it. That means what?
Choice.
Choice. Your choice. You chose not to get up. That is called karma. Karma means it is open to your choice. You may do it. You may not do it. You can do it differently. Kartum va, akartum va, anyata va kartum shakyam, karma che. If it is karma, karma hone se, kartum shakyam, it is possible to do. Akartum shakyam, it is possible not to do. Or you can do it differently also. There is no one way. So you can receive the flower by left hand or right hand, or lying down, or with your toes standing on Sirasasana, doing the Sirasasana. There are many ways of receiving the flower. Now you can receive, later you can receive. So anyatava kartum shakti. And therefore, the entire Veda, the first portion of the Veda, deals with varieties of karmas called Vedika karma. And not only it talks about the Vedika karma to be done, it also talks about karmas that are not to be done. Analyzing the first portion of the Veda, we have a Shastra a literature, analytical literature, called Purva Mimamsa. Mimamsa is an analysis, a literature which analyzes. There are two types of books we have dealing with the Shastra. Shastra means the Veda. One is a book that presents what does the Veda say. That is called Prakarana. Prakarana literature. Then there is a book that analyzes the subject matter. That is what they call Mimamsa. Understand? Mimamsa. So the first portion of the Veda is analyzed. In the Mimamsa Shastra, in the form of sutras. We have, in our literary tradition, a type of literature called sutras. Sutra means very brief, at the same time, it doesn't leave any ambiguity. Alpaksharam, asandigdham, sāravat vishvatomukham, akshobhyam, anavadyam cha, sutram, sutravido vidu. Our forefathers had defined everything in verse form so that you can remember. Anything you take, there is a definition in a verse form. Alpaksharam, asandigdham, sāravat vishvatomukham. Alpaksharam means with minimum words. Alpaksharam with minimum syllables means words, minimum words. Asandigdham, when you are very brief, then there will be sandeha. It becomes sandigdha. Sandigdha means fraught with doubt, ambiguity. It should not be ambiguous. Asandigdha. Alpaksharam asandigdha. Then Sāravat, crow has no teeth. So this is a big, Sāra. So this you must have, the sutra must have Sāram. Sāram means what? Meaning. Sāravat. Vishvatomukham. It should be able to see what is being said later, what is said before, like in law. In law, there is a law called law of harmony. The law of harmony should be always respected when you formulate a new law. That means a new law that you formulate should not hurt the previous laws, existing laws. Called law of harmony. So too, in logic, because this sutra, in sutra logic, whatever that is going to be said later, what was said before should be kept in view, so that this sutra will not contradict anything. Vishvatomukham. It will look on all sides. And also it can serve more than one purpose sometimes. Vishvatomukham. Akshobhyam. Free from appellatives, too many adjectives. Akshobhyam. There is no praise, etc. adjective. Supremely wonderful, etc. These kind of adjectives, they don't allow in sutra literature. Akshobhyam. And anavadyam cha. Logically, free from defects, fallacies. Grammatically, syntactically, free from any defect. Anavadyam. Avadyam means defect. Anavadyam cha. Sutram, sutravido. Sutra vidaha, those who know what is sutra. Viduhu, jananti, they know. What do they know? Sutram vidhi. This is called sutra. Aksha, alpa aksharam, asandigdam, sāravat. Sāravat means sāram irikkirathu. Sār hai isme, sāravat vishvato mukham. Akshobhyam anavadyam cha sutram, sutra vido. These sutras, there are analytical sutras, Mimamsa. There are sutras which present a subject matter, like Panini's grammatical sutra, grammar sutras. Panini used symbol language. Very great. Without computer, how did he do that? We don't know, because so many symbols, so many rules, etc. in his head. Head kept without fallacy, logical fallacy. It's an amazing literature achievement of the human mind. Human mind cannot go further. It's a vast, amazing literature. Descriptive sutras. Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, descriptive of yoga. But Jaimini's Purva Mimamsa Sutras are analytic. Vyasa's Brahma Sutras are analytic. Understand? Therefore, there are two types of sutra. One describes presence, the other analyzes a subject matter. The entire Karma Kanda of the Veda is analyzed by the Purva Mimamsa Sutras, which begin with the sutra Athato Dharma Jijnasa. Atha, thereafter, Swasya Adhyananantaram. So, the Swadhyaya is one's own Veda, the one who has studied. So, one's own Veda, Vedasya Adhyananantaram, thereafter, after the study of the Veda. Therefore, since one has to know to do the karma properly, so he should know what is karma iti. He should know, and therefore, Adaha, therefore, Dharma Jijnasa, Karma Jijnasa. What is right, what is wrong. Adharma Jijnasa also. We have to repeat the word. Athato Dharma Jijnasa. Athato, after Okara, if there is an Akara will stand alive. Therefore, Athato Adharma Jijnasa. Athato Dharma Jijnasa. Understand? So, thereafter, therefore, so one should inquire and know. Jijnasa means a desire to know, inquiry, not to know. So, this Jijnasa, to know what is right and also to know what is wrong. Therefore, the Veda talks about what is right and what is wrong. This is called karma. We all know what is right and wrong. Why should Veda come and tell me? I know what is right and wrong. Common sense is enough. After all, common sense is good enough for knowing right and wrong. You don't require Veda to come and tell, don't steal. Who doesn't know that? I don't want anybody to steal what I have. And you also know, I also know that others don't expect from me stealing. Nobody expects, come and steal my property, come and steal. If that is not stealing, then if somebody says, please come and steal my stereo, steal my video, anything. If anybody says, that is not stealing, it's not open house. You just open invitation. Before you can go and pick up, it's not stealing. So I know very well that others don't expect me to steal. And I don't also expect others to steal what I have. This, without any education, everybody knows. It's called Dharma. And it is universal. And Friday we will see all this more in detail. So it is a universal Dharma. You don't require the Veda to come and tell, don't steal. Or a big, some kind of a do's and don'ts, you don't require anybody to come and tell, Satyam Vada, etc. So I know when I am in trouble, I want others to help me. I expect others to help me. And I also know when others are in trouble, they expect me to help them. I know this very well. sympathy, compassion, love and friendship, sharing, and also non-cheating, non-deception, not hurting. All these are common values which we all know. Then why should Veda talk about, why should we say Tatato Dharma Jignasa? What to malum hai? Dharma Jignasa kya hai? Why should I study this huge literature? It's very big in fact. With the Sabra Bhashya. Sutra is small. The Bhashya, the commentary, goes on and on. And therefore, why should I study this vast literature? Well, the scriptures, the Vedas, confirm the common sense dharma, ethics. Not only they confirm, but they add something more. What is something more? Something more is when you do a good action, like an act of charity, or when you do a wrong action, like an act of deception, you don't get merely the drishtapalani, the results that we know. But there is another type of result which is called adrishtam. That is what Veda has got a role to play. Adrishtam. When I do an act of charity, I feel happy that I could help this person. The other person also is happy. There is a visible result called drishtapala. When I steal someone's property and get caught and get into jail, this is called drishtapala. Drishtapala means what? Idhar hi milta hai. Obvious phala. Drishta means obvious. The obvious result which we see. So this, when there is a satisfaction of having done the right thing at the right time, there is a satisfaction. That is called drishtapala. Nobody can take that away. When you commit a crime also, there is a drishtapala of conflict, fear. There is drishtapala. Crime itself is a punishment in that sense. There is drishtapala. But then suppose he gets away with it. The police is not able to catch him because this fellow has done a clean job. There is no evidence left behind. Everybody knows, but nothing can be pinned on him. The act cannot be proved. Then what? Then what happens? He gets away. The Veda tells, no way. He doesn't get away with it. Because it is law. You cannot get away from the law. Once you have a choice, choice, the will, there is a free will on your part. You can do this way or you can do that way. That's called choice. Kartum akarta. When a choice is there, then there must be some norms. And those norms that govern the choice, making the choice right or wrong in action, only in action, not in thought, in action. There can be a thought action also, but it should be action, will-based action. Then, in that particular level of your free will, there is law. That law is what we call the law of karma or law of dharma. Understand? You see, there are laws within laws. Look at this. Now, the physical world is a network of laws. Our solar system is what it is because of forces. The gravitational force, electromagnetic force, etc. There are forces. The entire physical universe is nothing but these forces, strong, weak forces, etc. That is physical. Therefore, your body is able to sit. And this platform is able to stand away. It is all law. And therefore, this is all physical. But when it comes to my physical body, then it is little different. So the law, again there is another set of law. More than physical. So if I lift my hand, there is a physical law is involved. Certain force is necessary. Certain energy is necessary to lift. That's all physical. But it is also, it comes from what? The energy is supplied by what? By some, what we call prana. So which is another set of laws. And which is physiological. There are varieties of this whole body. Is not merely an assemblage of limbs to do jobs, it's robotic. But inside, for the energy, so I am not plugged on to something. I send fuel to this body, which is converted into energy. And so the fuel conversion, like a car, converts the gas into energy by burning it. And similarly here, a certain energy is created. So from the organic materials that we send in. And this conversion process requires a lot of what you call machinery inside. And that is what we said, liver, kidney, and so on. So there are physiological laws within the physical laws. That's what we say, sukshma. Sukshma. Prana is sukshma. And it's not mere physiological. But also there is biological laws. And then there is what we call a psychological also. So this psychology is within this, one is interior to the other. The anatomy, the prana, then afterwards senses and mind. This rudimentary mind is there even in a unicellular organism. There's a mind there. And so this mind is you find in different degrees of manifestation. You find in a chimpanzee a better mind. A gorilla can take a weapon, can use a stick to fight. So which is something phenomenal among the animals, that it can use a stick. It's a very big thing. When it comes to man, then you have a mind with full of choice. The animals are controlled. The human being has the faculty of choice. Once choice comes, you can be right, you can be wrong. So with reference to the will, the choice is what we call will, karta, kartrutva. You have that sense of doership. I did this, that's why you feel guilty. Kimaham sadhuna karavam, kimaham papama karavamiti. Why I did not do the right thing? Why I did the wrong thing? This conflict is centered on your self-consciousness as a person. That is called free will. When there is free will, that free will based actions are governed by a law. Like various physical laws, etc., there is a law of dharma, karma. That law of karma is not an ordinary law, being a law, so which is not going to be kind to you or cruel to you. Being a law, it will keep on punching against your name. This punching some results for your actions. Or this is what that is the job of the law. That is why we say there is a great accountant called Chitragupta. He is the original Gupta. His accounts are all secret. That's why Gupta. Gupta means secret. So he is the original Gupta. So Chitragupta, he has got varieties of accounts. And that is a nice way of saying the law keeps on punching against your name, good and bad, called Punya and Papa. Should not be afraid of this. Punya and Papa means Punya is the result of a good action. Papa is the result of a wrong action. Since right and wrong being there, therefore an animal cannot get Punya and Papa. You can gather a lot. Punya and Papa. What is Papa? It always manifests in the form of some discomfort for you. Papa means what? Discomfort, dukkha. The conversion of Papa will be in the form of the conversion of Punya will be in the form of Sukha, degrees of Sukha. And therefore, so these Punya Papas are accrued to a person. This is told by the Veda, which is a very important thing to know because I don't get away. I am responsible for my actions. I don't get away. So this is very well pointed out by the Veda in the first portion, Karma Kanda. And also it points out for a given person to achieve varieties of ends, a lot of means. For a known end, unknown means. I want a son, known end. But means is Putra Kameshti. If the person requires a son and he doesn't have the known means he has taken care of, but still he doesn't enjoy the blessing of a child, then for child's sake he performs a ritual. This ritual, Ishti, fire ritual, when you look at the ritual, everything that you put in there turns into ashes. That is Drishtapala. That is immediate result. That is what the people argue. Why do you pour ghee into this fire? It's a waste. It's a waste. Who says it's not? It is Drishtapala. In order to produce what? Adrishta. So we are not wasting. We are not wasting. We believe in the Adrishta. And therefore, in order to produce Adrishta, it is an investment, sir. It is another type of investment. There are many types of investment. This is another type of investment. It's an invisible result is there, and for that Adrishta's sake, I perform this ritual. It creates this Adrishta, removes the obstacles for getting what I want. So if there are some obstacles, they are removed. And thereby, this Putra Kameshti, a ritual, becomes the means for removing obstacles and thereby letting my action produce results. Understand? And that is what we call, so this is sadhana. That is, the Putra Kameshti is a sadhana. Sadhana means for achieving something. Similarly, a number of rituals are told for the ends that are known to us. Sometimes for unknown ends also it gives some means. It talks about a heaven, a heavenly life, where you can enjoy for a length of time some joy, some sukha. For that Swarga Sukham, that sukha, for that pleasure, happiness, well, it tells you, perform certain karmas, etc. Therefore, so for an unknown end, the Veda becomes a means of knowledge. And that is also karma kanda. Karma kanda deals with that also, unknown ends. And unknown ends, known means. You do your duties, known means will give you the unknown end. Sometimes unknown means and unknown ends also. Unknown means unknown ends. Soma yaga you do, you will get to heaven. So the Soma yaga is unknown to you. And the end also heaven is unknown to you. Therefore, now look at this. What does the karma kanda do? So it reveals unknown means for a known end, or it reveals an unknown end for a known means. Like speaking truth, etc. I've been living a clean life. Known means unknown end. You will get lot of punya, etc. So, for a known means an unknown end. Sometimes unknown means and unknown ends. This is the karma kanda. All that we did now is analysis. Understand? This is called dharma analysis. In short, we can go on in this, but this is in short, karma kanda of the Veda. Now, this karma kanda everyone has to know. As a human being, everyone should know. Essentially, we all know, we have not studied the Veda. But you know this is right, this is wrong. So you learn, common sense wise, and also this is punya karma, this is papa karma. I have to pay for what I did, and therefore I have to be careful about doing actions. This is to be done, this is not to be done. I avoid one, I perform the other. So this is something that we receive from our parents, even though we are not taught as such the Veda. But we all gather it because it comes down. Being a Vedic culture, we all imbibe from our parents. They themselves imbibe from their parents. It comes down to us without words. It comes down to us in the form of Shraddha. This is what we say religious culture. As you grow up, you become. This is karma kanda of Veda. Then at the end we have what we said, jnanam, jnana kanda. That jnanam is, as I told you, this is a flower. You have no choice. This is a flower. The jnana kanda is what we say, the last portion, Vedanta. Why it is called Vedanta? There is the end of all knowledge. The end of all knowledge. The positional name. So important, the positional name. Vedanam Antaha. Vedanta. It is not positional. It is not, it is not the essence of the Veda. But it is positional at the end of the Veda. So there is a certain subject matter. The last chapter of the Veda, the subject matter is jnanam. What do you mean by jnanam? Jnanam means dealing with reality. No action involved here. Simply knowing what is. There is no action. To know this is a flower, what action is there? Action means will is necessary. Here is there a will? There is no will. In knowledge, understand this, in knowledge you have no will. That is the reason why, you have to hold your nose now and then. When you come out of your house, where the garbage thing is there, it will stink. Everything is there and now naturally what you do? Hold your nose and walk to your car. Why? Why you hold your nose? Why? Tell me. Because the nose picks up a smell, foul smell. Why it picks up a foul smell? You can tell the nose, no foul smell picking up. And nose cannot say yes, sir. The nose will pick up. Why? Because there is foul smell. And your nose is still functioning. That's it. And naturally, so this nose being functional, and there is a foul smell, it will pick up because a means of knowledge and an object are in an alignment, knowledge takes place without taking your approval. Enough? And that is the reason why. So the knowledge is something different from action. In action, you have choice. In knowledge, you have no choice. That is why it is called jnanam. Vastu tantram, natu purusha tantram. It is not centered on your will, purusha, but it is centered on vastu, as true as the object. Vastu tantram. In pramana tantram. Pramana prameya tantra. Object is there, means of knowledge is there, knowledge takes place. So in the vision of the Veda, the reality is, the truth is, you are whole, you are the whole, Purna Brahma. We are going to see that in the evening, okay? You are the whole Brahma. Okay, well, let's not get into this. Now, if I am the whole Brahman, then what should you do to become the whole? If you are the whole Brahman, what should you do to become Brahman? You have to know. You are already whole Brahman. If you are whole Brahman, then why don't you know that I am Brahman? One fellow asked me this question, Swamiji, if I am Brahman, why I don't know? That is what I am asking you. Why you don't know? Why you don't know? Why you don't know? If the sun is not traveling, why the humanity didn't know? Why the child even today doesn't know? Every child has to learn. The sun is not traveling, the earth that is moving. Every child has to know. Why the child doesn't know? Why the child doesn't know? Because the child doesn't know. Because that answer won't know. There is no answer for this. I say we are not born ignorant. There is no born again ignorant. We are always born ignorant. We are born ignorant and we need not remain ignorant. Choice is given to us. You make choice. There you can choose to know, that's all. You need not remain ignorant, you can know. But then we are born ignorant. That is how the creation is. That is how the fact is. You are the whole. Alright, by becoming the whole, what do I get? Why do you ask this question, what do I get? Because I want to get. What do you want to get? I want to get things. What for? To make me satisfied, make me feel satisfied. What is satisfied? Being free from imperfect, inadequate. What is called whole? What is the meaning of whole? That is what is called whole. You want to be the whole. Do you know why? Because you are the whole. That is why you can't settle for anything less. Therefore, naturally, everyone loves to be what one is. I am the whole. Therefore, the last portion of the Veda tells you secretly. See, I told you about heaven, etc. All these are okay. I went along with you and told you what is right, what is wrong, don't mess up things. But now I have got something more to tell you. Really speaking, what you are seeking in heaven is yourself alone. There also you want to be happy, that's why you want to go to heaven. Experientially you may get some happiness. There again, aage piche. There again there are fellows who are superior to you. There is a Karma Deva, and there is a Deva. Then there is a Indra. There is a Brihaspati. And like this, there are Age Piche. There are first class citizens, etc. There are again differences are there. When you understand that, there are those differences are there, then how are you going to solve this problem? The Veda tells, you have to relax and understand what is the truth about yourself. You are. This has to be presented in Vedanta. This is what they call introducing Vedanta. We saw one Atato Dharma Jignasa. And in the Vedanta Shastra analysis, there is a sutra Atato Brahma Jignasa. Brahman means whole. To understand you are the whole, there should be inquiry. Like you inquire into the Veda to find out what is Punya Papa, you also inquire into the Veda to find out how can I be Brahman. How do you say I am Brahman means what? What is Brahman, etc.? It is again an analysis of the Shastra. And therefore, Atato Brahma Jignasa iti. So the Shastra begins, analytical Shastra begins. And this is how Vedanta begins always, pointing out the limitations of karma. And afterwards pointing out karma can produce a result. And the result is always limited in nature. However desirable it is, but still it is limited in nature. And therefore it doesn't solve the problem totally. It's a palliative, and it's only an improvement, but it is not pure. And therefore, here a verse of Ramana, in the Upadesa Sārā, here the first verse, Ramana introduces the whole Vedanta Shastra in these words, in this verse. Karturajñaya prapyate phalam karma kimparam karma tajjadam kritimako dadau patana karanam palama shashvatam gati nirodhakam. Two verses. Karturajñaya prapyate phalam. So you will get those verses first up to Ajyadhaya, up to that. So we will give them those verses, okay? So this, we will get you the verses tomorrow. Karturajñaya prapyate phalam karma kimparam karma tajjadam kriti mahodadau padana karanam kriti mahodadau padana karanam palama shashvatam gati nirodhakam. Together, these two verses present the limitations of what we call karma. A karma, an action, Vaidikam va, Laukikam va. Whether it is a worldly action, like walking, any action, or it is Vaidikam, a ritual you perform, Vaidikam, Laukikam, karma, it is, he says, this karma is done by a given person at a given time, at a given place. That karma is meant to produce what kind of result? A limited result. And therefore, a limited action can produce what kind of result? Limited result. So in order to produce the limitless result, what should you do? You have to perform limitless action. Is there a limitless action? Eh? Therefore, since there is no such limitless action means you have to blink. Which word? When you breathe in, you don't breathe out. When you breathe out, you don't breathe in. You want to do both of them, limitless action. You choke and die. And therefore, so when you perform an action, it is always limited because at a given time and place by a given limb, you perform an action, it is not going to be limitless. There were limited action. That's where the problem, So when you are earning money, so you have certain money you have saved. And at one point of time you think that I think the money I have saved is enough, I can go home now. Then afterwards afterwards you go home also and find out. This happens to many people. So they go home and they find out they can't make any money there. Then they find that there are so many other problems. No new money coming, old money is slowly consumed. Then you get panic. Therefore what shall I do? Again? Vapas aayega. You have to do. Why? Because limited money. When there is limited money, it is always you see the figure. And you find it is not enough. Inside it is not. Therefore, better we learn some more. Otherwise you will be losing it. Why? Because karma phala, being finite, it is not something infinite. However, whatever money you have, it is still finite. Tasmat, karma will produce always limited results. And me, the incomplete me, the fellow who thinks that I am incomplete, I am not whole, aham apurna, I am incomplete, I am kinchignya, I am a person of small knowledge, small powers, with all inadequacies and fears. And this me, the samsari, in other words, what? Samsari. My samsari home. This is my samsari home. I am a samsari. You must know, it is not, I am samsari means I have got wife. In Tamil, this is a problem. You will say, I have brought my samsara. Samsara means what? Wife. But wife, husband also is samsara for her. He alone is samsara. He never says, I brought my samsara. He doesn't say, but only he says that. I say, you don't require a wife or husband to be a samsari. You require what? Just yourself. Are you there? Yes, samsari. How long will be samsari? As long as you think that I am limited, inadequate, small person, smarting all the time. Under my own smallness, sense of smallness, I smart. This is what is called samsara. This is why a person is called samsara. Look, this samsara, whatever embellishment the samsara has, it doesn't solve the problem. Like even a person who thinks that I am not beautiful, I have too many wrinkles, I am too old, I have wrinkles and all that. Okay. No, you can enjoy the wrinkles also. Because the wrinkles you don't get them. You don't get them when you are in 20s and 30s, you don't get them wrinkles. You have to earn them. They will go over some. So you have to work for the wrinkles. Really speaking, you have to work for. If a 20-year-old fellow or 25-year-old fellow asks me, Swamiji, can I get some wrinkles? I tell the fellow, first get married. We will see that later. And so it is not something you get wrinkles just like that. You have to earn them, sir. You have to earn. You have to see summers and winters. Naturally. So this is not something that suppose a person has wrinkles and covers up the wrinkles. These days, you have got all these makeup materials, cosmetic, and you can cover them up. And you cover up all the wrinkles. Nobody can see these wrinkles. Can you cover your knowledge that you have wrinkles? What is the cover for that? Tell me. What is the cover? I have wrinkles in my face. How will you cover that knowledge? You can't cover that. That is why that person will always pull out the mirror and see whether the makeup is still there or not. Naturally, because the person knows that there are wrinkles. Understand? And naturally, therefore, any type of embellishment is not going to make this fellow. So, like even a broomstick with all ornamentation is still a broomstick. And similarly, so this guy, a samsari, with all embellishments and accomplishments, is still a samsari. Naturally, so there is no nivritti. Samsara nivritti is not there, no matter what kind of karma I do. Therefore, why this is so? Karturajnaya prapyate phalam. Phalam prapyate. Phalam means result. That is why it is called result. Phalam means fruit. Yeah, a result is called karma phalam. Why? Why it is called phalam? Phalam is called in Sanskrit. Phalam means phalgudaya liyate iti phalam. That which is subject to rotten. Get rotten, perishable. You know when you get fruits, so you suppose you import fruits, you always write on the case. What do they write? Perishable, rush, perishable. Phala is what? Perishable. Anitya is always perishable. You can't have nitya phala. Eternal phala won't be there. Only perishable, anitya phala. Why this is so? That is how the law operates. Therefore, phalam prapyate, karma phalam prapyate, according to the law, ajnaya. Ajna means what? Law, rule, ajna, mama ajna, Ishwarasya ajna, Bhagavad ajna. Ajna means is a rule, a mandate. Whose rule? We can always change the rules, you know. If there are rules, we can change them, mend them, bend them, stretch them. All that we can do. So, but it is not your grandfather's rule. You know, grandfather's rule means thoda sa constitutional amendment we can do. We can scratch an amendment, we can add an amendment. All that we can do. And therefore, any constitution is subject to amendment. The whole constitution can be scrapped. We can create a new constitution. Man-made. But the laws of not local human being, but the laws of Ishvara. Kartuhu ajna. Karta means what? Doer. Which doer? The maker, Ishvara. The Lord is called Karta. He is a real doer. Means the one who is Srishtikarta. So because the laws are not created by me, you must know that. The laws are not created by me. They are already existent laws because of which I am born. I exist and I die. Therefore, Ishwarasya Agneya, Kartuhu Agneya, which laws we cannot change at all. Therefore, I cannot perform one action, finite, limited, and expect a limitless result. Why? Because Kartuhu Agneya Phalam Prapyate. Ishwarasya Agneya Phalam Prapyate. Kartuhu is Shashti, sixth case. Phalam, result. Agneya, by the order of whom? Karta. Of Karta is called Kartuhu. Of Karta. So Agneya, Kartuhu Agneya, by the laws of the Lord Ishvara, Karma Phalam Prapyate, and therefore every result of action is always in keeping with the karma, and therefore karma being finite, limited, The result cannot be limitless. Therefore what? You remain the same, square one. Square one is what? Samsari. After all other things, what happened? Samsari. Therefore, born a samsari, dies a samsari. Again goes to some place, if he goes, samsari. Comes back again, samsari. Therefore, this is what they call samsara chakra. Karturajnaya prapyate palam karma kimparam karma tajjadam. This karma, how can it be param? Param means what? Limitless. How can karma be limitless? Means how can karma be the means for limitless? Karma kimparam karma tajjadam. Do you know how this karma comes? Karma comes from an action, a karma phala, a result of karma, is born of karma. A result of karma is born of karma. And karma is born of what? Karma is born of what? A desire. Karma is born of a desire. Desire for what? Result. Desire for result. Without desiring a result, you can't do any karma. Even though the modern karma yoga is perform action without desiring result. It's called modern karma yoga. Nobody can do it. And even though who tells that fellow also cannot do it. They talk like this. They just talk. Complete talk. No thinking. You can never perform an action without expecting result. That should be settled for good. Last time I talked to you about that. Therefore, ichha, desire for the result, is the basis, hetu for karma. Okay? That much is okay. Therefore, result is achieved by karma, and karma is performed, is born of ichha, desire. Desire is born of what? Desire is born of my own feeling about myself. What? I am an incomplete person. As long as I am incomplete, I want to become complete. Therefore, by getting this or getting that, I will become complete. Iti, I have a notion, and therefore, I have a desire because I am happy as I am now. I think that by fulfilling this desire, getting that, I should be happy and more secure and more happy. Therefore, I go for it. It's not a simple desire. It's not simple desire. It's a desire to become more secure and more happy. Comes from what? Comes from the feeling that I am imperfect. I am not whole. I am not whole. If it is true, it is called knowledge. That is called knowledge. I am not whole. It is, if it is true, it is called knowledge. That I am booked forever, then I am not whole. Then I'll have desires to become whole. And I do actions and I get results. And thereby I remain always inadequate. Now suppose this I am not whole is not true. If it is not true, then I am not whole comes from what? From ignorance. From what? Ignorance. Ajnanam. Okay? Ajnanam. Ignorance. Therefore, what is the hetu, the cause for karma? Ignorance. Can the ignorance go by doing karma? The karma itself, this particular karma that I do, is born of what? Ignorance. And will ignorance go by this karma? No, because this is the product of ignorance. The product is not opposed to the cause. If I am creating a pot out of clay, the pot will not destroy clay. Why? Because pot is clay. And therefore, karma being born of ignorance. Karma tad jadam. Jadam karma means ajnanam karma. Jada means ajnanam. This ajnanam karma, how will it remove the ajnanam? It is only it is a third removed ajnanam. Karma is third removed. Ajnanam is the cause for desire. The desire to become secure and happy. That is the desire. And that desire is the cause for karma. And the karma phala. All of them is one ajnana series. And therefore, one is not opposed to the other. Tasmat, ajnanam will not go away. Therefore, you can't get moksha. This is what Vedanta is. Karma kim param, karma tajja. In other words, kritimaho dadau patana karanam phalama shashvatam gati nirodhakam. Karma phala being ashashvatam, being anitya, being non-eternal. Then what happens? Kritimaho dadau. Mahodadhi means what? Ocean. Udadhi means what? Mahodadhi means what? Ocean. So this Kriti Mahodadau in the ocean of karma. Kriti means karma. Doing, in the ocean of doing. What is doing? Doing and reaping the result, and doing and reaping the result. Therefore, how did you get this body? Because of previous karma. How did you get that previous body? Because of karma. Therefore, from karma you get what? Phala. From phala what do you get? Karma. This is phala. This is the karma phala. By getting this karma phala, what do you do now? New karma. And after the karma again you get karma phala. Then because of karma you get the phala. Because of phala you get what? Karma. From the body you get a body and you do karma. And because of karma you get what? Body. Because of body you do what? Karma. Because of karma what do you get? Body. This is called what? Chakra. This is where the chakra number. Samsara chakra. Kritimaho dadau patana karanam phalama shashvatam gati nirodhakam. Gatehe mokshasya nirodhakam bhavati. So instead of helping you get out of samsara, it only gives you what? A new lease of samsara. Renewal. Samsara, renewal all the time, perpetuate the samsara. And therefore, Kriti Mahodadu, Patana Karanam Bhavati, become the cause for samsara. Karma doesn't help you at all. Therefore, one fellow said, okay, Swamiji told me, I knew, I don't want to do any karma. So, I was told by everybody, you should do your duty, etc. Now I know I need not do any karma. No, that is too quick a conclusion. Aisa nahi hai. So we have to see what? We have to see what is this karma, etc. again. Because even though this is the position of karma, but still you have to know what role does it play in my spiritual unfoldment and growth, etc. And that would be the whole portion which I want to take from tomorrow, the two mornings I have. We will analyze that, okay? The way it is.
Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya.